Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today, where we celebrate the memorial of St. Lucy, Virgin and Martyr. And today is Saturday, December 13th, 2025. And so, if we reflect upon today's short Holy Gospel, notice that Jesus had asked his disciples about Elijah. And based on what I have read from today's Holy Gospel, we hear that Elijah had already passed and how people are going to mistreat him. Here, Jesus is reminding each and every one of us that Jesus is going to be treated the same way. And so, what does this mean for each and every one of us? As we continue to journey throughout our faith, one of the challenges to which we face in our day-to-day lives is whether or not we are allowing ourselves to continue to follow Jesus. Because many times in our lives, we struggle to tend to keep up with the faith to which Jesus himself had already presented himself to each and every one of us. How well can we keep up our faith? That is the question to which Jesus is asking out of each and every one of us. And Jesus doesn't say this so that our hopes can be given up. Jesus does not say that we are considered bad human beings. That's not what Jesus is trying to tell us in today's Holy Gospel. What Jesus wants to tell each and every one of us is that sometimes we tend to not focus our attention on Jesus, and as a result of this, we commit sin. So therefore, Jesus is not going to be very happy when we strive to continue to turn away from Jesus. And so, today's Holy Gospel, Jesus reminds each and every one of us here to return ourselves back to Him. To return ourselves back to Him is to fully acknowledge Christ's presence. We should not let our life to which we are living in take the place of what Jesus calls each and every one of us to be. We should allow the Word of God to help transform each and every one of us as we strive to continue to live forth our journey of faith. And so, as I conclude today's reflection, let us reflect upon what Jesus is trying to tell each and every one of us. How Jesus reminds each and every one of us never to give up our hopes, but to instead allow Jesus to help come into each and every one of us so that our hearts can be filled with inner peace, so that we can allow ourselves to be able to seek the Lord and not abandon Him. And so let us take this into deeper prayer and reflection.